If you've ever typed DIY, penis traction, or are penis weights safe, into a search engine, you need to hear this before you try anything at home. Because the same biology that makes medical penile traction therapy effective is exactly the same biology that makes homemade rigs and hanging weights dangerous. Let's talk about what actually happens inside your body when you apply tension to penile tissue. And why precision matters more than you might think. Here's the thing that most men don't realize. There's a very specific therapeutic window where penile tissue can safely remodel and grow. Clinical research shows that window sits between about 900 and 1500 grams of force. That's roughly 2 to 3 pounds. Stay inside that range with a calibrated device, and you're triggering something called mechanotransduction, a cellular process where your tissue responds to controlled tension by laying down new collagen and actually expanding. Fall below that window and nothing happens. Exceed it and you start tearing tissue faster than it can heal. Now, here's the problem with DIY, whether you're rigging up a homemade extender from hardware store parts, wrapping rubber bands around your shaft, or hanging actual weights from your penis, you have absolutely no way to measure or control the tension you're applying, none. You're flying blind in a zone where 50 grams too much. Force applied for too long can cause permanent damage. And we know this isn't theoretical. The medical literature documents real injuries from DIY traction methods. Dorsal nerve damage causing permanent numbness. Tunica albuginea microtears that heal into scar tissue and create acquired curvature, basically a DIY version of Peyronie's disease. Vascular compromise severe enough to cause ischemic events. Shaft edema requiring medical drainage. Even cases of erectile dysfunction that persisted long after guys stopped using their homemade rigs. Let me be crystal clear about something important. Not a single peer-reviewed clinical trial has ever studied hanging weights or DIY
it's a
traction
balance
as
and
a
health
safe
force
or
that we can
effective
ensure a
protocol.
stable and predictable outcome.
Zero. When you see studies reporting that penile traction therapy produces an average gain of 1.9 centimeters, that's about 3/4 of an inch, those results come exclusively from FDA-registered medical devices. The Almsoud meta-analysis from 2023 that pooled 12 studies and showed those results. Every single study used calibrated medical traction devices. Not weights. Not rubber bands. Not PVC pipe contraptions from YouTube. Compare that to SizeGenetics, an FDA-registered Class II medical device that's been manufactured in Denmark since 1995. It was co-invented by Dr. Jorn Ed Shiana, a board-certified plastic surgeon, and it's built specifically to hold that therapeutic tension window I mentioned. It uses calibrated springs, biocompatible materials, and an adjustment system that lets you dial in precise force levels. So, when you're weighing whether to save a couple $100s by cobbling something together at home, you're not just risking wasted time. You're risking your sexual function, your sensation, your ability to maintain an erection. The very things you're trying to improve. Penile traction therapy is real medicine when it's done right. It's backed by 2 decades of peer-reviewed research and thousands of men who've used calibrated medical devices safely and effectively. But the biology doesn't care about your intentions, it only responds to the physics of the force you apply. If you're serious about penile traction, use a device that's actually designed for the job. Your body deserves better than guesswork.